Then when I called Slim was like, you all right, bro? I said, yeah, what's up? He said, man, they say you went to the hospital. I was like, so I called one of my homeboys. I said, what's going on? He said, man, they got a dude put a thing up saying Big Meech beat you up. Say you told on Big Meech and they had a picture of your face, bro. I said, well, he said they got 1,000 thumbs up that he beat you up and 900 thumbs down. I said, oh, he winning.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
Big Meech is free.
Shout out to Big Meech.
Shout out Big Meech, man. First and foremost, you had came in here and you actually did time with Big Meech. Mm-hmm. You told a bunch of stories about it. Before we even start talking about his freedom and kind of what's about to happen next, did you ever see this day coming?
Of course, because he had a release date.
Okay.
He never had life sentence.
It was he's supposed to do 13 more years, right? Or how much more time was he supposed to do?
Well, I don't have a diary, sir. So I wasn't keeping up with his sentence. I'm not Big Meech, how you say this, I'm not attracted to Big Meech. So I wouldn't keep up with, he's getting out on this day with my calendar. However, he had a 30-year, you do 25 years off 30.
Yeah.
So he did about 20. So he had like about 5 years left, something like that.
Let me ask you,
change.
The time that you were on the yard with him, when y'all just even spoke, like, do y'all talk about freedom? Like, do y'all talk, man, when I get out, we're gonna do this, we gonna...
No, because I had life. He had a Buck Rogers number at the time, and it was more on, I would get him to talk about, because I was like, I had been going a good minute then. So I used to get him like, boy, you know it's over for you. Boy, all them girls, you was making it rain in the club, them girls gonna forget about, who I got all mine in check. I used to get him riled up because the youngsters used to want to hear him talk, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he'd talk about the club, how they used to get money, how he used to make it rain, and how all this team looked good. It was always cool, good energy, but it was never, but I will say this here, because he come there with him and one guy, and I saw like 25 people get BMF with ENT on the left side of their neck. Dude jumped out of blood cars, dude jumped out of different gang cars to run with Big Meech. I saw that with my own eyes. But he would always say, no matter who hook up with me on this compound, I'm not hooking nobody up with no plug when they get out. So he would always make that known. Because you know, a lot of guys that think, well, man, he Big Meech, might still got bricks, he might still got, so I'm about to hang with him and make sure he's good in here. But he would make that known, I'm not hooking nobody up.
Now, you said you got into a fight with Big Meech?
No, man, there's a rumor that little dude from Atlanta, he started that rumor that Big Meech had beat. Then he got a picture where he cropped my face, and I didn't know about social media, right? So, the man had, I called home, my mama said, you all right? I was like, yeah. She said, they say you went to the hospital. I said, all right. Then I started getting text messages from people I hadn't heard from in a long time. Then when I called Slim was like, you all right, bro? I said, yeah, what's up? He said, man, they say you went to the hospital. I was like, so I called one of my homeboys. I said, what's going on? He said, man, they got a dude put a thing up saying Big Meech beat you up. Say you told on Big Meech, and they had a picture of your face, bro. I said, well, he said they got 1,000 thumbs up that he beat you up and 900 thumbs down. I said, oh, he winning. So then it was at 300,000 views back then, you know? So one of my homeboys realized that it was the clickbait. I didn't know nothing about all that stuff because, I was in the Fed. So I found out who the little chump was, and he had started that rumor, which was good for me. So when I come home, that's how I was able to get interviewed. Because, Big Meech, it's a big name, BMF. You know what I'm saying? So, but we never had a fight. Respectful, cool guy. Actually, I was there when he had the fight there.
Oh, okay, yeah. What was the fight? What was it over? Some cornbread?
Basketball, something petty. There's a dude from DC. The Muslim was out there on the blacktop. They was in the gym. I'd be like, I got next. And then say if I tell you, nah, John, Joke, I call next. And you be like, nah, I call him Matt. And we go to Oregon, and then we just start fighting.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they had a fight. And then a lot of people from the South came out to go out to the rec yard to help Big Meech fight because he hated the car.
Yeah.
Because it was a guy from New York that started it. And one of my Muslim brothers was going in the mattress. He put out a knife out like this long. I'm like, how was you about to do that? He said, man, Dirk got to handle this because he the one started this. So I'm like, man. So I got my 2-9, I go, when Big Meech stayed next door to me. So we come out, I say, Meech, it's not about to be no gang fight. I said, you got a bunch of little dudes about to ride with you, but a lot of these think they about to go fight. These are old heads that come from the penitentiary and they used to stab and they used to push in the knife. Yeah. He was like, yeah, I know, man, but I gotta go. So as me and Meech walking up the walk, the dude who started it was in front of us. His name Ro from Brooklyn. The lieutenant stopped me and Meech. He said, what's your name? I said, Williams. He said, let me see your ID. I showed it to him. He said, what's your name? He said, Flannery. He said, Mr. Yachty, he said, wait a minute, you go back. I was happy because he didn't pat me down. So I went back to the unit. He handcuffed Meech, and that was the last time I seen him on the yard.
Damn, hold on, wait, gangs. You had 2 knives with you, Baraka? What you doing?
Because, when you on a compound, sometimes you might hit somebody, one knife might break. Or you might have to give somebody else a weapon or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have you 2 weapons, sometimes 3.
Damn, dual wielding. Okay, that's wild.
We're gonna get into that murder shit in a little bit.
Yeah. So for those who get out of prison, for you to do the type of time you did, for what Meech is kind of going through right now, where he gets to, breathe that free air, you know what I'm saying? Of course, halfway house do all that stuff, but walk us through that feeling as far as just that moment that you waiting on somebody to pick you up. You waiting on Birdman, he ain't quite pull up, so.
Why we that's pouring salt on the end of the bread.
I'm sure y'all done made up and talked about it.
I thought I was on a Greyhound, but go ahead.
Yeah, how does that feel though? That first 3 hours of just being like, wow, I'm really, like, does it register that you really free, or somebody might come back and grab you again for something?
I about to say it's like it's a scary, happy feeling, because it's like, are they gonna say, oh, I made a mistake, come back here? It's one of those feelings that I had, because I was like, I done did 23 years, 10 months, so I'm like, man, them people really let me out. So in my mind, I'm hoping that it's not we got a old warrant for the state on you, because I know I ain't having none of that stuff, but still you be thinking like they might come with some bull crap. These people not really about to let me go. So I'm like, man, for Big Meech to get out, and for him to get out at a time where he really, really hot. The BMF, the movie, they got all this big wave going, so he come home where hopefully he don't have to worry about no bull crap. He can just come sit in the director chair with the rest of the stuff going on and be like, cut, no, I don't like that, man. Take it from the top. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they set it for them like that.
Now, he's getting out with 5 years supervised probation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can't smoke or drink. He has a lot of restrictions. Does that really feel like freedom when you getting out? Like, does that, like, you can't really move how you want to move or do what you want to do or kick it like you want to? Does that really feel the same?
For me, it do, because you got to think about it. I'm locked up with 100-something men in the dorm. Half of them miserable. Half of them don't get no visit, no money. Some of them stalking and trying to see who they going to be able to hump. Some of them stalking to see who they going to be able to rob. You got knives. You got to hope your homeboy don't go borrow some drugs or bet and don't want to pay it. So you don't know if you're going to lose your life. You don't know if you're going to run your time up. So for me to be free and you tell me I can't smoke or drink, but I'm out here, I get to see these fine women. I get to go to Walmart. I get to walk. Give me this. I take this.
And for the supervision, like what is that? What does those type of restrictions look like as far as living, minus the smoking and the drinking? Like, what do you have to try to do? How do you have to try to live your life when they say you got 5 years supervised?
You got to walk straight. You got to walk straight and stay out of trouble, because this is the slick thing, and people who are on supervised just getting out, pay attention. See, some guys think that they can sneak and go out of town, right? But now you can sneak and go out of town. However, if you get pulled over by the police, when they run your name, it automatically gonna hit your PO phone. And he gonna wonder, well, what you get stopped by the police for? So now if you got stopped and you out of state and you don't supposed to be there, you violated. Let me tell you how serious this stuff is. When I first got, I was in Fort Worth, so I was trying to move away from this female, so I went to these other apartments, and I didn't let my PO know. But I didn't think that I was gonna tell him eventually. So when they ran my background check, my PO was like, oh, is there anything else you stay? I was like, nah, right here. He said, Terrance, don't lie. He said, I see where you try to go to these apartments over here. I'm like, well, yeah, I put in, man, but they denied me. He said, I know. He said, but do you want me to talk to him for you? I was like, nah, I'm all right. He said, man, anytime they run a background check on you, it's gonna alert us. Anything they run, no matter what it is gonna hit my thing because somebody checking in your background.
Right.
Yeah, so if I go try to get an apartment, you gotta see if you're a convicted felon. So when you sign that paper, they go check your background, it's gonna alert my PO. If the police pull me over for a traffic stop, it's gonna alert my PO.
Really?
Yeah, so if you out of town, thinking you slick, and you get pulled over, you didn't violate it if you don't supposed to be out there.
When you got out, were you scared someone was gonna come back from your past?
When I first went to New Orleans, yes. Because I was in the car, and everywhere we go, I was just looking at it. My mother was like, Terrance, cars are gonna drive the way we drive. Cars are gonna turn. I'm like, yeah, and nobody didn't really know I was home, but I just was nervous, just thinking of old stuff I'd done. But when I came out to Texas, when I went to Fort Worth, it was a breath of fresh air. It was a big relief. I'm a tourist now, but it wasn't until I got on the internet. Then I created another monster. So it's like, you was under the radar, you got on this internet, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. Then as it start going, people start recognizing. I'm like, whoa.
Is there anything that you could do on the internet that'll violate you?
Yeah, if you got a gun on you and you don't super early, or if you standing with one of your homies with a gun, you don't supposed to be around no weapons.
What about if you like getting into it with or having an altercation with somebody online?
Well, that's different. We're gonna have word, but now we get into a physical. Now, if the state authorities come in and lock us up again, you in violation. Now you got to go see the people because you done got arrested.
Did you see that thing on the news where the nigga walked up and gunned the nigga down in North Dallas?
About that cell phone the other day. There was a Draco in his hand, huh? He said, give the phone back. And he hit him twice in the head, one in the neck. Yeah, somebody sent that to me. I was like, what the world? Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Man.
What do you have
I ain't asked for a cell phone though. Yeah, that was common. That's something that I'm used to seeing my homies, we done that kind of stuff. But for me to see these youngsters with the Drake and this broad did I walk, I was like, whoa. Now I get to look at it like, man, I did that.
So, okay, so what is so a nigga come up and he trying to go with the hands. You ever like, nah, fuck the hand,
Well, we ain't do that coming up. We ain't nobody. I had one fight in the project, and that was by choice me, but nobody never said to me like, come on, let's go with the hand. Nah, somebody did want to fight me out the tent wall in a club, and my big homie Stones, and he stopped that quick. Get your hands off him. When they saw him, to do that one-on-one fight. But for the most part, like if I got a gun on me or something, 9 times out of 10, the dudes I'm beefing with, he got a gun, so he already know we fighting.
No, but say like you would meet somebody at the gas station and y'all get into it, and are you automatically gonna draw your weapon, or are you gonna?
All right, what we into about? Who skipping the line for gas? Or
yeah, it don't.
You looking at me hard?
He just mugging you. You don't know him from. He could be from the other side for all you know.
Okay, now here's another thing. Is this the gangster we talking about? Or we talking about the civilian?
No, we only talking about the gangster right now. We're not talking about civilian.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna have those problems because people already know what it was in the city. They know one thing: you pull up, you play on me, either I'm gonna dog you or you gonna dog me.
Right.
So I didn't have those problems coming up.
How far did your name reach? Like, if there was a mile radius, how far would your name reach before it didn't have an effect on how people felt? Like if their life was in danger?
In the city of New Orleans, I was all over the city.
Okay.
But this is why.
So, like I was like, if we made it to Shreveport, like if I'm in Shreveport and somebody say gangster, does it hold the same weight?
No.
Okay.
Nah, I be capping. I ain't much in Baton Rouge. That's an hour from us.
Yeah, about to say Baton Rouge seems like they.
Now they know me from Boosie.
Yeah, about to say, but Boosie heard your name rang bells to Boosie.
That's a fact.
Yeah, at the time.
But not Shreveport. That's a far. Now it does, but back then, because you got to understand, in the city of New Orleans, there's gangsters all over. Right. So then when you go an hour from us, Baton Rouge, there's gangsters there. Mm-hmm. Shreveport, they got gangsters. Like we got the y'all didn't get the Bam Bam, the 411 Giant?
Nah, the 411 Giant. Oh yeah, we gonna get him. Yeah, we gonna get him.
In the penitentiary, man.
Yeah, we gonna get him. Yeah, nah, Bam is out.
So you got gangsters in Shreveport, so they ain't thinking about me, in New Orleans. Nah. Somebody say that they capping. But now you got to do that to travel and go do hits other places, but I wasn't one of them.
Well, when you ran into another killer, could you tell that he was a killer?
No, because back then we all were young and goofy, and then some people had a little fake mean mug, but the problem was, so them people was on heroin, so I didn't know if you was a killer or you just was a drug addict, a junkie. I ain't know, but I knew one thing, I didn't underestimate nobody. Right. But then I did sometimes, because I didn't believe, because every time I got shot was in the Magnolia, and I thought people were scared to come in my project to shoot me. And that's why I got hit in the Nolia.
Let me ask you, and this is, respectfully, do you think,
ain't nothing respectfully with you, brother.
Do you think Big Meech, told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and set old boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for authorizing this. Mm. Now, what she did, what would happen, The killers, the homies will be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And you know, I say now we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense. Well, man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my little content. Yeah. But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home. But at the end of the day, Big Meech name out of that stuff, his company name in it, the BMF, or you know, whatever Tammy was supposed to do to this. But the thing about it is, if she was doing this for him, which the name says that, but the thing was she started allegedly having sex with this guy, that messed everything up. So now he got out the right way, but by they having that stigma right there, so now people looking at that now. So, and I warned him before he got out, I said, Big Meech, when you get out, everybody not gonna like you. Everybody not gonna agree with you. That's just how it's gonna be. So now it's on how you gonna handle this. You know.
Why do you think everybody is so excited when people get free? Like everybody's so excited they feel like it's gonna be a wave of money that comes with this nigga getting his freedom. Like it's like the economy is about to be better. Why do you think it carries such a stigma to?
I saw a female say that, oh, Big Meech, it was these dudes in here faking on BMF and the strippers, she made me laugh at that. But I think a lot of people be happy because it's like, when you had a name for being a good dude on the street, showing love to your people, like you got a lot of people that were bosses, but they dog their people out. Or they might show a little love and bird fed them and give them a little this and this. Whereas with Meech, you didn't know who was the boss. Everybody had jewelry, everybody had foreign whips. So when people hear these stories, when they looking at the BMF, they're like, man, that was a good dude. So they riding with him and they feeling his pain for us through the struggle. So for him to make it out, they look like, oh man, so that man walked his time down. Yeah, they got the stigma here, but he did his time. I did it with him. I was rocking. I like BMF. I like the stuff he did. Because, you know, some people, how they look at movies, you know, they'll play like, oh, that's me in that character, or that's me here. So they look at that with Meech, all the way up until that situation, he had a clean record. So now that he home, people celebrate. It's just like how my city went crazy. They had a big second line, a big party, for what is Frankie Beverly, who passed away.
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Why do you think, and then another thing, BMF or Hot Boys or these names that have such infamy behind them, but we celebrate it like
we glorify
it so much. Like, why do you think we just so infatuated with like stuff like that?
Because that's the environment we come up in. We like, it's so much how I always say, good girls like bad guys. They grew up in a nice environment. They grew up in a nice household, but they infatuated with that killer, that drug dealer, that bad boy. But they don't want to bring it home to mama or papa. But they still want to sleep, date him, or go or be around him just to get that, I guess, that off the bucket list. Thanks. So with us, with the Hot Boy movement, you know, that was blood, sweat, and tears. That was a real movement. But then you look at it like you take something negative and make something positive, and you got people that became millionaires off that name, off that movement.
That's facts.
So
let me ask you, if the new season of BMF comes out and all of a sudden Lil Meech ain't there, but Big Meech is playing himself, would all of a sudden, you know, would you be surprised if 50 made that move? Like, just going?
No, because people want to see Meech. People want to really see Meech, and here's the thing. Now that he's older, because you can't stay a baby for long, you got to go to the, you know, man, you used to ask some crazy questions.
Yeah, you got to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, so we want to see the grown-up Meech. Watch out, I'm here now.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think it'll be a good thing for Meech because I know the Meech I know from prison. I don't know the Meech for being out here. I don't know how Meech going to be able to handle this social media stuff, right? So if you know your stomach not strong, if you know it's going to affect you to a point where you was loved at one time, but then you got certain people shunning you for your name or for the stigma on your name, then you get into the movies. Now you rubbing elbows with the right people you ain't caring about, what they saying because now I'm over here. I denounced that. Y'all keep me out that car. Cool, I'm over here now. And I'm doing my thing.
Should 50, no matter what, be throwing Big Meech a check? Just now that he's free, here's some money because he's literally, I know there's legalities in it, but he's literally making a show right now about the lifestyle of Big Meech.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course he should be showing love, roll the red carpet out for him, you know, because like you say, he made a pretty penny off of BMF. Now, I don't know what the deal was or what Meech have or whatever. I would love to question Meech about that. What was that? Like, you got to pay? Because I talked to him when he first got the book put up and the lady come seeing him. He said, man, he had to come. I said, what's up? He said, man, the lady, she told me the book about to come out and I want to ask him a question about that book. So just like me and him talk about that book, I want to talk about this movie now, what's going on, you know? So I don't know if he would let me in his business because jail is one thing, but now you free, man, watch out. You know what I'm saying? But if I had the chance, I'm going to ask him.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.